Okay, peaceful sun well, aqua, summer, sun, and the rising sun. But on this one, I'm going to go into communication with family members, significant others, or people that are real close to you, friends, family, significant others, people that are real close to you, and people that you really trust and really look for and you love. Now, um, I have an intimacy one because there people want me to get into that the intimacy one and tantra and all that kind of stuff. But there are some real ones, some real good ones. You don't really need another person to learn it. You can do it without another person. You don't need another person. You learn it without another person, and then you try it with the person. Now, the basic thing. Well, basic thing. Okay. Now, this one is one that I learned. I was taught by somebody. I learned this one. Okay. I'll say this again. Most of my meditations I learned from somebody. Majority of the people I learned from have been doing this meditation for years. And I stuck with one for almost 3 years, and then I tried the other one for another 3 years. So see, tried that one for 3 years and tried another one for 3 years, and then now almost two, going on 3 years of this one. So I know more than one, but I've done more on all. But usually when you do one, you stick with it and you stay with the one you start with, and you get better and better. Because every year you get better, every year you change, every year you learn something, every year you grow, continue to get better, continue to get better. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. Continue to get better. Now, this is the biggest one because I had it this one on the Better Beings channel. You know, the love and all that one. Actually, I got proper training for that one because I had a big situation where people was like, "Oh, love this and that," and they all just panicked. And I was like, learning meditations. There are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of meditations. You got meditations with mud, fire, water. Um, Most people don't know that. I'm gonna get into that. Most of the Avatar, the Last Airbender, the firebender meditations are real. There are people who really do firebend meditations, and how that one will work is they really would hold something burning in their hand, and they will gaze into that thing or that thing that's on fire for a long time, for a long time, and they would have candles around them. They have the candles around them with the thing on their hand burning. Some people actually move around, and then when they're real good, they will breathe. And when they're real good, they can project that heat off their body and actually burn you with their ki or chi. That's a real meditation. The one with Aang when he burns her, when he's like, "Hey, hey, hey," that's a real meditation. He wasn't supposed to do that. There's some people who use the fuel. They use the fuel and they sit there, But I'm not getting it because somebody may. I'll put more about that later. But the firebending, Fire Nation, that most of those meditations are real, and there's some other ones in the room. I'll get more into that later. But back to topic. Now, telepathy or telecommunication with your significant other. Now, I actually learned this from somebody who been doing this for years. I had some good practice, some good run through. I had a lot of people to practice this with, a group of people who actually I sat down and I actually did this with them for a long time, and I'm real good because then there's people who over here, and there's people who are back in like different countries like Japan or Vietnam that I've been doing it with for a long time, and you get real good when they're overseas and you do it with them. You get real good. So that's the one I like because it's like when they're overseas, I keep going with them and like until you get real good. Now, this is how I learned. Quiet the mind, sit still, discipline. Okay, so this is what you do. So what I would do is if you have an area like beach, sand, or dirt, or your own area, just make your area, get you some sand or get you some dirt, and make your area outside. Or if you're inside, make sure you do it like on a porch or something like that. Get you some sand, put it in a little box, dirt, anything like that, because you got to imitate a beach. You got to imitate a desert. It has to be just like the desert or like a beach, you know. So you will put your feet in there, and you will start off with this, Both hands should be like this. Both hands should be like this, with this one. And you will sun gaze with this, looking directly at the sun, thinking about nothing. Clear mind. Just focus on the sun. Do that for about 15 minutes. And you're supposed to just continue to work your way up, to hour. And it has to be done early in the morning when the sun is real low, when you can look at it. Do not look at it when if it's hard for you. If you're doing all this, no, you should be able to look at it like this. So do it like that. So that's how I started out with just the basics, with just the basic of just doing that. So then it would get to a point where, make sure I got my other piece. Oh, here it is. So then after the 15 minutes, you do another 2 minutes of doing this. So you hold it again, go back to it, and this is what they would do. Some people know about this in islands, stuff like that, in different parts of countries. This is what they would do. They would usually use this to enhance their crown chakra when they're vaping or or peace pipes and stuff like this. They have their feet planted in the dirt, and they'll do this to enhance their crown chakra, because they'll do this for a long time, and then they'll continue to master their lungs and breathing later on throughout the day. And it would teach them to connect with their Akashic records in different parts of their family and around the world and everything at one moment at one time. Now, this is what you would do. So after you did the first 15 minutes of just looking at the sun, you will look at the sun again. Do your prayer hands after you look at 15 minutes. So I'm going to do a run through. So here's what you do. Both hands should be like this. And after you finish after that first 15 minutes, you'll bring your hands together and press. If you want to, you can rub like you do like Reiki. You want to do that. Then after that, you go back into it again, and this time you're going to breathe in. Now, I brought the straw just as an example. You don't really need the straw, but just as an example, because there are people who are into vaping, and there are people who want to know this one. I'm going to get more into it because it's actually a way. Sorry about that, but there's actually a way to actually do this one. So what you do is, you look at the sun. Both hands should be like this. Whatever you're using. Well, no, we're really sorry about that. You can use a straw, or you can just use your 2 fingers. You can use this, or you use 2 fingers. You breathe in. And you breathe out. Now, when I started mine, I started breathing out through my nose, and then I started breathing out through my mouth. So I started out with just breathing out through my nose and breathing out through my mouth. So instead of using a straw, here's another example. So this is how I did it. I mean, both hands should be like this. The other one go here, but Make sure you let out with your tongue need to be at the top of your mouth when you're doing your breathing. And you breathe out through your nose. Now, if you want to, you can breathe out like this. Like you may, like vaping. See, you notice the difference in how my demeanor changed. So here's this. Here's it again. Now that's how I sound when I do it like this. And when I do it with my mouth, it sounds like this. See, breathe out through your mouth like that. It sounds like that. You actually feel like that. You actually feel it like overwhelming feeling. That's what people usually use. They would usually have like marijuana, and they would usually vape it. They wouldn't smoke it. Well, some people do smoke, but I say it would be best to just vape it, the humidity in the air and everything like that. But they would do that. That one right there, looking at the sun, and they'll just start with 15 minutes and work their way up. And they will have their feet in the beach sand, so boom, 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 in the beach sand, and do that for a long time. And if they would go to the part where they get the crown chakra, and that's how they do it. That's the meditation. It's someone hold, they're breathing, and hold, and breathing, and hold, then let it out. So it's different ones. So I'm gonna do a quick run through. So after you did that, you would get back to this. So this is where it gets crazy. You'll look at the sun, and you'll say, be peaceful, be kind, be well. And you'll focus on the person that you want, like, your significant other, your friends, family member. You'll focus on them, and you'll get a strong communication with them. So you'll close your eyes on this one. Be peaceful, be kind, be well. And you'll focus on that person. Be peaceful, be kind, be well. And you'll focus on that person. You'll focus on who you're thinking about. You're talking directly to that person. And you would do that for another 15 minutes. And then you work your way up with that. And then the objective is to get to that to an hour. You get to an hour of doing that. So that is what you do. Now, if you want to get an example of when you're real good, you would get a mirror. You would do that, this right here, both hands. See, I got my other hands occupied. So you breathe in, breathe out. And the objective, you should feel that beam bounce off the mirror back into your third eye. So, boom. 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 So you do that at least like 15 times, like 15 minutes throughout the day too. This is how you get real good, knowing when somebody's hitting you right between the eye with the infrared beam from your eye. Now, so I'm going to do a quick run through of everything. So here we go. So what you do is get your feet. So let me know. Let me go. So you're a tree. Yes, man, a tree. But you're a tree. So you're a tree. You are a tree. You have roots. You got some feet. Put those seeds up. You're not a desert. You know how it is in the desert, how it is on the beach. You're walking on the sand. You gotta bury your feet into the dirt. Bury your feet into the dirt. So you get there, sit in your spot, and look at the sun. Make sure it's low early in the morning, before 12 o'clock, or later in the afternoon when it's going down. When you first start, make sure it's at that time. Make sure you do it on an empty stomach. There should be no food in your stomach. No food in your stomach. No food in your stomach. Do it on an empty stomach. Okay. Now let's go on the tree journey. So you're a tree. You're a walking tree. You breathe like a tree. You hug a tree. You learn from the tree. You eat from the tree. You talk to the tree. The tree teach you about the earth. The earth teach you about everything else. So let's go. So feet planted in the dirt, dirt over my feet. Now look up, sun gaze. Both hands should be like this. Other one's over here. Nothing should be in your mind. Just focus on the sun. Clear mind. No negativity. Nothing. Always stay positive. And after you get to your finished 15 minutes, pray hands. Vaginas, pray hands. Be positive. Then at that, rub. Then get ready to do your next 15 minutes. So when you breathe in, the light is shooting from the sun directly into your head. When you breathe out, it's loading up, loading up, loading up. Pew! Right at the pew. So it's coming in. Then when it goes out, pew. So you're like Cyclops X-Jet. So you see somebody, look. Let me get him, let me get him. Got him. Pew. You feel good. Yep. Yep. No, that's not, no. X-Jet. Pew, pew. Pew. Right out the third line. Pew. So that's how it's coming in now. So after you finish doing that for like 15 minutes, put it down again. Now that you do that, you will, your hands are completely flat. Hands are completely flat, and you like this, and you're focused on whoever you're sending this to. This is when you're sending it directly to a person. So you be like, if yourself, focus on yourself. If it's a family or friend or somebody that you're intimate with, you focus on like this. So you send, be peaceful, be kind, be well. And you do that in your head. You set it in your head. And you be facing the sun. And you'll keep doing that for 15 minutes. I'm probably going to do a straight instructional video on it. This is just an example to get people into it. And you do that to the person that you're talking to for 15 minutes, and you work your way up to just 30 minutes an hour. You don't go past that. Just 30 minutes an hour to get real good, and you'll be able to do it real good. And if you just want to test and see the infrared beam come out your head, that because there's a laser beam that's coming out your head when you're breathing in and breathing out. Like there's a laser beam that's coming out of your head, like an infrared, like a laser pointer. There's a beam like the remote control that's hitting the TV or hitting the box or satellite cable box. There's one coming out your head when you do that. The sun is loading up and charging up in here. It's holding up. The sun is like charging up in here. So you're loading up and you're firing out, just like Cyclops from X-Men. There's a beam like that that's coming out your head like Cyclops from X-Men. A real every time you do it. And if you want to test it out, you will get something like this, a mirror, and you'll just do this. You just beam out the mirror. Just look yourself directly on, and boom, your foot out. Boom, boom. And so when you get used to doing it with a mirror, if you want to, you can do a mirror for 15 minutes, and after that, to just try doing it for money. Try get a person, just do that for 15 minutes. But that's how you do it. So I've been doing this with somebody. So like, see, I can do it now. Look, I'm gonna show you an example. Look, so peaceful, kind of well, 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 peaceful, kind of well. See, like that. So when they're all the way over there on the other side, of the map, you get real good. See, so you get real good like that, you can do it real good. So that's why at Ace Ventura, I learned that one. Already then I can do. That's how when you real good like that, you can do it just like that. So I actually learned exactly like how he learned. When you're real good, you can do it to your animals, your dogs. You can do it to birds, all different types of stuff. You know, but keep growing, keep learning, keep pushing. And I'm probably gonna do an instruction over there. The intimacy one, they want to know the tree life, the tree. Come on, man, it's the tree life, the tree life. You got the tree. You hug a tree. You grope the tree. You kiss the tree. Come on, man, eat from the tree. Tree hugger. A crazy scenario was the tree hugger. Okay, I'm a tree hugger. Okay, no, that's how you do it. Vape from the tree, eat from the tree, learn from the tree, talk to the tree, handle the problem with your tree. You gotta fight somebody, fight the tree. I'm mad. I need to fight the tree. Yeah. I need to slap the tree. Oh, 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 oh. You need to kiss the tree. Get a banana leaf around it and just kiss the tree. Get some around and just kiss the tree. Watch how good you get. I'm gonna go into that one with that. That's a real good one. There are different methods and stuff that you may not know about because there's some stuff they don't have on the internet yet. And I'm learning some of them. And there's different ones. Now I'm gonna go into the tantra or the intimacy one. Those ones I have not told anybody about yet. I was shocked when I found out about those, and I found out. See, she Okay, so when you get real good, that's how it is when you do that over. But continue to grow, like a tree, love the tree, know love, keep growing. And go what you feel. Because when you do this one, you got to trust what you feel. You got to touch what you feel. From the first second you feel it, you got to trust what you feel. And when you do this one, it's best to be vegan. When you real good, it's best to eat raw and vegan. A lot of hip hop industry and the hip hop industry know that it's best to be vegan when you do that one, because your body naturally going to want to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables because it's going to want a lot of water, you know. And when you real good, you're going to want to have some sand or have some place where you can put your feet in the dirt, make your own little Zen garden, or go to the beach, go to a lake, or just make your own little planter, like a plant, just like a foot tub, or a foot bath. Instead of that, make it a foot sand bath. You're gonna want to do that. You're gonna want to breathe in and breathe out, meditate with the feet in the sand, but continue to grow. You got it. You're gonna handle it. And when I'm saying you got it, people don't. I'm not. I'm it's more than one person I'm talking to. Okay. But it's not like, see, their thing going on. I'm talking about somebody who really fighting themselves. But other than that, continue to grow. And I know a lot of different ones. So I've been growing. I've been trying the health. of superhuman one. I've been trying a lot of different superhuman meditations, but continue growing. Tofu.